A great morning, everyone. Warm welcome to the Joy Business Report with me, Pius Kojobaka. In our headlines, IMF insists Ghana must secure financing assurance from its external creditors to get the next tranche of $600 million. Also, Finance Minister promises to ensure election-related expenditures doesn't derail ongoing economic recovery. Plus, interest rates hit 33% as government T-bill sales oversubscribed by 24.5%. These and more shortly. Pleasure for your company. Let's now settle for the details. The International Monetary Fund has maintained that Ghana must secure the required financing assurance from its external creditors by next month before its board can approve the next tranche of funds. It is coming after the visiting IMF team passed the government's first review of the program. IMF Mission Chief for Ghana, Stefan Rode, has been speaking on a yet-to-be-aired PM Express Business Edition this Thursday at 9 p.m. on the Joy News channel.
Financing assurances are a form of safeguards for the IMF. To be able to lend to a country, we need to make sure that debt is going to be sustainable over the medium term. We need to make sure that the program is fully financed, that there is enough financing to close the financing gap in the economy. And so to do that, we need some assurances from the partners that are going to contribute to the program that they will indeed provide that financing. So in this case, it really means financing in the form of debt relief, and this is why be able to move to the next step, which is to present that first review to our executive board. We need some progress on that front, and we need an agreement between these official creditors and the government of Ghana.
So that should come in the form of a letter, that should come in the form of an email, or that should come in the form of an MOU that has been signed and presented to the staff.
We participate in these meetings of the official creditor committee, and so what we will be assessing is whether the level of commitment is sufficient.
Stefan Rode is the Mission Chief for Ghana, speaking on a yet-to-be-aired PM Express Business Edition at 9 p.m. on Thursday. Do make a date. Now, Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta has given assurance that the ongoing economic recovery will not be derailed by election-related expenditure in 2024. There are concerns that the current stability might be short-lived as the government undertakes unplanned expenditures to win the 2024 elections. But speaking to Joy Business after passing the International Monetary Fund program, Mr. Ofori-Atta said the government will be prudent with expenditure.
I know we've had this history of election over expenditure, but truly if you look at the targets we have for the fund and the guardrails that we are trying to put together to be able to releases that are required, because in June I think about 300 million will have to release, and then also in December next year. And then we have the World Bank DPO. So those become resources that we can't compromise. And so if anything at all, that would really create a necessary discipline to make sure that we do that. These are things that you cannot miss or default on.
Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta speaking there. More on the IMF. Associate Professor of Finance at the Andrews University in the USA, Williams Prepra, says the staff-level agreement reached with the International Monetary Fund by the government signals the recovery of Ghana's economy. He is therefore confident that Ghana's agreement with its external creditors will not experience any form of delays. Speaking to Joy Business, Professor Prepra wants the government to do everything possible to get an agreement to pave the way for the external debt restructuring of Ghana's loans.
This negotiation has really gone very well, and for them to agree to possibly give us Ghana a reduction in their debt burden or change the repayment terms to reduce the interest burden of the loan, and what we term it as haircuts. So it is very, very important from the information given by the ministry and IMF. Hopefully, the negotiation document will be tabled.
Associate Professor of Finance at Andrews University, Professor Williams Prepra there. Now, interest rates shot up on the money market to hit 33%. This is coming despite the government recording a 24.5% oversubscription of T-bills at a lower target. Here's more.
According to the auction result from the Bank of Ghana, all the rates across the yield curve increased, whilst the 364-day T-bill reached 33.01% from 32.85% the preceding week. VAT of the 182-day bill inched to 31.21% as against 30.67% previously. The yield on the 91-day also went up by 0.69% to 29.19%. Analysts and market watchers are worried about the increase in domestic debt. Meanwhile, the bids tendered for the 91-day bill were higher than the targeted amount of 2.109 billion cedis. About 2.170 billion cedis were offered for the short-term security, but the government accepted 2.155 billion cedis. For the 182-day bill, about 375.3 million cedis were tendered, but the government accepted 353.35 million cedis of the bids. With regards to the 364-day bill, the government took 67.46 million cedis of the 80.17 million cedis tendered.
A Business Desk report. Some players in the banking sector have advised government to pay debt owed contractors to help reduce the high non-performing loans in the country. Loans that have gone bad among banks have reached 20% in half a decade. Speaking to Joy Business, banking consultant Dr. Richmond Etuahini advised government to use its position as the biggest spender in the economy to help reduce bad loans by paying contractors.
The economic condition has been very, very harsh to businesses. Higher interest rates, higher inflation, rising prices in energy, higher interest costs, and all these things has dovetailed into the NPL. It makes it very difficult for the banks. And the second point, which a lot of people are not taking into consideration, government is the largest employer of businesses in Ghana. And if you hear about the contractors who have not been paid, if you heard of the food suppliers who have not been paid, if you heard about the vendors that have not been paid over the period, all these things dovetail into higher non-performance.
Banking consultant Dr. Richmond Etuahini. To some other stories, as part of its corporate social responsibility, legendary goods producer Promatidol Ghana has donated over 330,000 cedis to support the cost of surgery of some 7 patients at the cardiothoracic center at Kolebu. This comes after the corporate social campaign of the company Cowbell Impacting Lives partnered the center to support financially constrained patients. Speaking to Joy Business, Communications and PR Manager Gideon said the company will roll out a series of social impact activities which forms part of the Cowbell Premium and Cowbell Vita Rich products.
The brand Cowbell is very particular about improving the quality of the lives of Ghanaians. So we have set up the Cowbell Impacting Life campaign, which is the main umbrella covering this very partnership that we have with the Cardiothoracic Center. So this definitely is going to be a long-term partnership that we'll be having with the center beyond today's donation, which is an amount of 335,700 Ghana cedis, which is $30,000 that we are donating to the cardio center. It is also to see us support the unit from time to time. So the donation also is part of our activities marking the launch of 2 new variants of Cowbell, which is the Cowbell Premium and also the Cowbell Vita Rich.
We've got to go to the stock market now. EcoBank Ghana will continue its fine performance on the Ghana Stock Exchange this week. Let's now look at how your stocks will fare on the Ghana Stock Exchange. Here is Grace Monayang of DataBank Research.
Last week, the stock market indices closed weaker on price losses in 2 equities. The Ghana Stock Exchange Composite Index declined 1.02% week on week to a year-to-date gain of 28.48%. On price movement, EcoBank Ghana advanced by 1 cedi to 5 cedis 30 pesos, whereas Ashanti Gold Corporation closed a peso higher. Conversely, MTN Ghana shed 5 pesos to 1 cedi 40 pesos, while Cowbank lost 2 pesos to 50 pesos. Based on the demand and supply dynamics of the market, we tip EcoBank Ghana to gain this week as gold declines. For Joy Business Reports, Grace Monanyun of DataBank Research.
With a preview of trading on the Ghana Stock Exchange there. Now, the cedi began the week going for 11 cedis 82 pesos against the US dollar on the forex or retail market. It is selling at 14 cedis 40 pesos to the pound. It is trading at 12 cedis 43 pesos to the euro. And to the commodities update, crude oil open trading at $87 a barrel. Gold gained more than $17 and selling at $1,850 an ounce. Cocoa is selling at $3,453 a ton after increasing by $53. Ending the Joy Business Report. Back to you, Superman. Coach.
Back to